guys, today's video is going to be a friend introduction mixed in with some questions for a future anesthesiologist. So if you are in medical school and interested in anesthesia, or looking into getting into med school and are nervous about making friends, nervous about that transition, wanting to know some things that could make your application stronger for medical school, residency, both, then keep listening. And I hope you enjoy this one, because I'm hoping that this video will encourage some of my other friends to lose a little bit of their camera shyness and be a part of my YouTube channel as well. Yeah, other than that, enjoy this week's video. Okay, let me get mine. Alright, so we're going to be eating pork rinds throughout this video.
Oh,
it's recorded.
Oh.
Because we're supposed to be keto and we needed crunchy things. But it's good. So everyone, if you are here, you know that I'm in medical school and I have friends. So here is Zasmine, the first friend that I could convince to come onto my channel. And we are going to ask her some questions. She has not read any of these questions yet. No. Okay. So, state for the people, what specialty are you going into?
The best specialty.
Okay.
The one and only. Anesthesiology.
All right. And how did you choose that specialty?
That's a good question. I think in medicine there's so many different things to choose that I think you really just have to pick the one that fits you the best. And for me, I knew that I didn't want to do any more rounds. I didn't really want to do any more like inpatient type of medicine, and so anesthesia was one of those fields that doesn't really do a lot of inpatient, as well as I like having very acute what's the word I'm looking for?
Pathologies?
No, I like rapid response. I like to know that when I make a decision, it's going to make a change. It's going to make a change immediately. Yeah. And I don't have to wait. I don't have to wait months and see, is your blood pressure going to change? I don't have to wait and see, you know, is weight loss the answer for you? I like that I push a drug and I know if I did it right or I did it wrong. But also, I really like how quickly you have to think on your feet in anesthesia. Yeah. Things can go wrong really quickly, and just being able to have those thought processes and going through that as quickly as possible, and that kind of adrenaline I really enjoy.
So, okay, we're getting into the real questions now. I just wanted to like introduce you or whatever.
Okay.
All right, so first question, what was your #1 hobby or leisure activity before medical school?
Before medical school? Probably TV. I watch an exceptional amount of television. Specifically Family Feud. I just feel like that you could catch me in the afternoon and I would be watching Family Feud. And that's all I ever wanted to do in college.
Do you still do that?
To a fault, indeed I do. I am the person who pays for Netflix in my family. Like, I am dedicated to the Netflix. And I watch a lot of television. I love series, and I love a completed series. So, I'm a binger. Yeah. And I live for this. I live for it.
Okay. What has been the best thing for your like personal time in medical school, like to relax?
I like to be alone. I'm sorry, I just don't enjoy being with people all the time. You know, I have my friends and I like hanging out with them, but being at home and watching some TV with a glass of wine and just no one else there, it's really how I wind down, and nothing really beats that. Yeah, it's the best.
That's real, that's real. What were you most scared or nervous about before starting medical school?
Making friends. Come from a smaller college, an HBCU, where a lot of people don't really go into medical school, so I knew that I wasn't going to know anybody, and it's not like you don't make friends, but there's always that concern of, am I gonna make new friends? And it's getting, as you get older, it's just harder to make new friends. Yeah. We have to do it again for residency.
We're already like stuck in our ways.
And I'm just so tired of making new friends.
Yeah.
But that's what I was most scared of.
Okay, so my next question was literally like, how did you make friends? But how did you become a part of the like friend group that we're in?
So our school puts into like smaller groups because it's such a big class. And so in my smaller group, pretty much all of my friends groups were in it. And I got very lucky in that regard. Some people don't like their small groups that they get put into. But that's how I kind of met everybody and ventured out from there. And then, you know, of course, melanated people just kind of find each other.
Yeah. Let's see. What do you love about medicine?
The versatility. I think medicine is a very unique field in that no two doctors do the same thing, and that you may all have similar reasons for starting medicine, and you know, you have those typical answers of loving to help people and things like that. But then you get to medical school and you're like, what kind of doctor am I going to be? It's kind of an ocean of options, and I really love that what I'm doing and what Morgan's doing is like not related. Although she thinks they're related, they're not. You know, like you could be a pathologist and like never talk to another living person again. Like that's just so interesting. I love the versatility of this.
Okay. Now on the flip side, what do you least like or hate about medicine, if anything?
I mean, nothing's perfect. I think that I hate the length of training sucks. I just feel like we could knock off a year or two somewhere in there.
Which like most other countries do.
Yeah, 8 to 10 years is a very long time to tell people that they're gonna be training, and clearly people do it all the time and that there is an end game. But I don't like that. There's a year in there. I just know it. I just feel like we can condense. I also don't like insurance and everything that deals around insurance and the healthcare problems that we have, which is another reason why I love anesthesia. It's not really something I deal with in my career. I don't really have to deal with that with patients, and I'm very, very fortunate to not to have those problems.
Yeah. Okay. If you had to pick another job other than medicine, what would it be?
I'd be a teacher, but like, it's a very easy answer because all I do is teach, and I want to do academic medicine. But I would be a college teacher, and I would teach calculus. I don't want to do anything else. I want to teach college calculus, and I will be teaching college calculus. So it's my retirement plan.
To get a PhD in math. And
a master's? Am I going to be?
Master's?
Yeah, okay. I'm going to get a master's in mathematics.
Okay. What are you looking forward to most in residency?
A paycheck. And I'm excited to meet new people. I know, like, I know I just said how terrible it is to make new friends.
It is gonna be fun, I think.
But you know, because you'll meet people from all over the country. You know, it's not just the same kind of group of people. Like in med school, a lot of people go to their state schools, so a lot of people know each other. You're gonna meet a lot of interesting people. I'm very excited for that. I'm also just excited to do medicine. Like, get me out of intern year, and I'm very excited to get to anesthesia. I'm just to do something I'm very passionate about.
Yeah, both of us have to do intern years that are like fairly heavily internal medicine, which is not like, you know, has to do a little bit with what we want to do, but
it serves a purpose.
Yes, more so for my field, but like it's not the end all be all for us at all. So it's definitely gonna be hard. It's gonna be worth it, but it's definitely gonna be like a nice little breath of air, like when we get to second year, I think. What are you going to miss the most about your friends here?
They're just so crazy, and
oh my god,
there's something wrong with each and every one of them, and I'm going to miss that because the things that come out of some of their mouths, and I'm just like, is that really your answer to this right now? Is that really what's going on in your head? I think I'm just gonna miss their quirks and hanging out with them and just learning from them and seeing the world from a different point of view.
Something wrong with us.
There's something wrong with each and every one of y'all.
All right.
I'm nuts.
Okay. Yeah. What was your major in college, and did you do research in college or med school?
Major with chemistry. I did do research in college. A lot of like basic science, like chemistry research. I did them as summer programs. Got paid for them. It's kind of the reasons I did them. In med school, yes, I did research again, but only because it was a requirement.
Yeah.
Did not do any excess. I am not a research girl, and if I could not do it, I won't. So I did the minimum requirements to graduate.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah, so that all to say that like if you love research, you can do as much as you want, but if you don't love it or you don't know what in the world you would want to research about, you can do the bare minimum until you get into your field, and then maybe you'll want to do it more. Who knows?
I'm almost out of pork rinds.
Dang.
I know, I've been going through it.
Let me eat another one. What was your worst day in medical school?
Worst day?
If you can think of one. I actually don't have an answer to this. I don't think.
Like one particular day that was
any
awful.
day that was just really bad.
I'm gonna go with like any day that we had to go to cadaver lab. You know, some people have strengths and weaknesses, and mine is anatomy. And every time we went down there, it was just like mythology, and they were just telling me it's an artery, and I'm like, sure. All right, if you say so. It wasn't for me. And it was one of those times you're just like, I don't get it. I want to get it. I'm not gonna get it. So let's just move on.
Yeah, Zasmine's most common statement during anatomy lab is, I'm not seeing what you're seeing. So, yeah. Yeah, that's okay. You made it.
Yay.
Okay, and your best day in medical school so far?
So far, one best day. I don't know. I've really enjoyed all of 4th year. You know what? Interviews. I'm gonna go with interviews. I've had some interviews that were just for interviews for residency. Some were just really, really fun. And you know, you get a really good day. You know, you wake up early and you're like, oh, you're nervous at first, but then you just get a really good faculty member, interviewer, and it's just a great day. So I've had a few where I was just like, this was a great 20 minutes.
Quality day.
Yeah.
Honestly, my like prelim interview, the internal medicine one at one program was like the best one I had the whole season, which I was like, if I went here I would only get to hang out with y'all for a year. That's really sad.
Yeah, it's like for you.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
It's unfortunate. Do you have anything else to add
What
to camera
about
like a mantra?
I have a life mantra, but I don't really know if it I mean, I guess it applies. And it comes from the movie 21. You ever seen 21? The movie where the guy like is like MIT or something, and he goes and he like learns to count cards and wins all this money in Vegas. Great movie, love it. His teacher, like as part of their training to count cards for blackjack, he says always account for variable change. And that is something that I have lived my life by, you know, and it just reminds you that you can plan as much as you can, but things are gonna go wrong, and you must expect things to go wrong.
Yeah,
and
that's real.
It's about how you know, react to those things, but always account for variable change.
Alrighty. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's Zasmine Heimsgreen.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm happy.
Very good.
Yeah.